Hi, I'm Heidi with Healing Harvest Homestead, and it's been a while since I've done a video for you, so I was actually basically going to exfoliate my skin tonight and I thought I would go ahead and show you how I make an exfoliating scrub. I know that there are a million recipes out there for this, millions of them, and they're all really good. And it's really fun to experiment, but I'm going to show you a combination I like and why I like it, and just kind of tell you a little bit about it, and you can see how easy it is. You know, we all want to have really smooth body skin and smooth heels and smooth elbows, and it's kind of hard sometimes, depending on where you live, especially because we're in a dry area and it's rough, and we were in an even drier area down in the Mojave Desert, so I know about dry skin. And one of the things I have found in all of my 56 years is that exfoliating your skin, whether it's your body or your face or whatever, it actually helps your cell turnover, and it helps you with anti-aging. Not that my skin is perfect by any means, but I can honestly say that it's really helpful. It's one of the skincare things I am super on top of. So not so much with my body, I'm getting better with that, but my face for sure. So anyway, I want to talk to you about what I've got here. So here I've got some organic cane sugar. I have 3/8 of a cup, okay, and I have got some salt. So let's talk about sugar and salt, which is best for an exfoliating skin rub, and believe me, it makes a difference. So sugar is much more gentle than the salt is. Salt, if you look at it under a microscope, they have sharp corners, and they actually can cut the skin. So they're very abrasive. Salt is generally wonderful for tough areas on your body, like your heels or your elbows. And while sugar, especially the finer sugars, are nice for your face, and they're also nice for your body. So this is going to be kind of a multi-purpose scrub, what I'm making here. And so I'm going to be primarily using it on my body. I actually use the Beauty Counter Overnight Peel for my face because it's natural, it's cruelty-free, and it works. So for my face, that's what I use these days. I can leave a link below if you like. I highly recommend it, especially if you've got mature, dry, or aging skin. So let's go ahead and get started here. Go back to the sugar and salt thing. You can use any kind of salt or sugar you like, but the fact is if you are using salt on your body, you might want to consider using an organic, mineral-rich, from the earth or the ocean salt, because your body actually absorbs those minerals, and isn't that great? So not only are you getting exfoliated skin, but you're also getting the benefits of the minerals that are inside the salt. The sugar doesn't have a lot of extra minerals, although it can. I think turbinado is pretty good. You could actually add a little molasses in here if you wanted to. So I've got 3/8 of a cup of organic cane sugar and 3/8 of a cup of pink Himalayan salt that comes from the Himalayan mountains. Very mineral rich. And now what I'm going to do is add my almond oil. This is St. Johns Wort Infused oil. You can see how beautiful and red it is. These are from flowers that I picked last summer, and I need to use it up because I kind of go crazy every summer when it's foraging season and harvesting season. And the thing with St. Johns Wort is you want to use the fresh flowers. It's one of the only oil infusions where you use fresh flowers, because the chemicals that are in the St. Johns Wort that are effective and helpful for your skin are also what causes its red color, and they tend to deteriorate once the flowers dried. So you might order some St. Johns Wort from a bulk herb store, and if it's completely dried, which hopefully it is, you're not going to get this beautiful red oil. It'll be brown, and it'll still be nice, but it won't be like this. So if you don't have St. Johns Wort growing near you this summer, and it should start blooming in usually June or July in most places, What you can do is reach out to herbalists who grow or live in areas where it grows, because a lot of times they'll just go ahead and put it in a box and send it to you. I've had people reach out to me like that before, and if I'm not too busy, I have no problem with that. So that's what I suggest if you don't have it growing near you. The other thing is you can cultivate it. Now, St. Johns Wort does not grow in really hot, dry areas. It seems to like cooler, maybe a little shade sometimes, a little bit more moist areas. And so I had a hard time growing it in Las Vegas, Nevada when we lived there. I lived there for 50 years, but I was able to get a little tiny plant going. And then when we moved off grid to Cold Creek up in the mountains, which we were still in zone 8, so called, but because our altitude was higher, our zone was in reality more like a zone 6 or maybe even a zone 5, and the St. Johns Wort did great there. And now that we're in Idaho, it just grows like a weed. It's wonderful. Never seen anything like it. So St. Johns Wort, you do not have to have St. Johns Wort infused oil. In fact, I was debating, should I use some calendula infused oil, or should I use some chamomile infused oil? I have all kinds of beautiful, beautiful infused oils that are great for the skin. But like I said, I'm going with St. John's. 1, I love the color. And 2, I want to use it up. And 3, it's excellent for your skin. Now, you want to pour about 1/8 of a cup of your St. Johns Wort oil in. The measurement I'm using here is 1/8 of a cup. I don't know if you can see this, but look how beautiful and pink that is. And I do have a video on the YouTube channel about harvesting and infusing St. Johns Wort oil. So you can find that if you like. It's down there in the list. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take some lemon, and I'm just going to squeeze some juice in here. I don't care if the seeds get in there. You might, if it bothers you, just take them out. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use some lavender, because this salt scrub is going to be scented with essential oils of lavender and lemon. So I thought, wouldn't it be fun to add in some really pretty lavender flowers? So I'm just going to add in just a few. They're going to add a little scent, a little texture. And now I'm going to use my essential oils. So I'm going to put in 2 drops of lemon oil. Oops, I got 3 there. And I'm going to add in about 8 to 10 drops of lavender. Okay. And now I'm going to mix everything up. I want to say something about the oil and sugar scrubs for a moment. Typically, I don't add oil in my sugar scrubs. A lot of times I'll just use the scrub without the oil. Now the oil actually makes it go on your skin a lot better, and actually I think helps with the exfoliation. But the problem with oil, especially if there's too much, is that it can absolutely really create a dirty, messy shower. So slippery too for some kinds of surfaces. So, you know, I'm just throwing that out there in case you want to just mix this up and store it in your jar without the oil in it. It's perfectly fine to do that. And then you could actually add the amount of oil that you want, or just use it without the oil. I've done that before. But I did add the oil this time. Like I said, I'm using my St. Johns Wort oil. And how beautiful this is. It's pink with the little lavender flowers. And it smells so good. I think I'm going to actually add a little bit of extra lemon. By the way, lemon is a phototoxic oil, and that means that if you put it on your skin, you know, even in a carrier oil, but definitely if you put it on without diluting it and go out in the sunshine, you can get a really bad sunburn, okay? So there are chemicals in it, fluorocuramins, I believe they're called, that create the phototoxicity. And so you definitely want to avoid that. But since this is a sugar scrub that's going to be rinsed right off, it's fine. Okay, just fine. So if you've heard lemon is phototoxic and you're worried about that, you don't need to worry about it with a rinse off item like a scrub or even a soap. I put lemon essential oil in my soaps all the time. Never had a problem. And they smell so good. Lemon is one of those really uplifting, like, it's a happiness oil. And there are actually scientific studies that have been done on it that show that it helps to improve your mood and, you know, lightens things up a little bit for you. So if you're feeling sad, lemon essential oil, or really any of the citruses are just really nice to put in a diffuser to make yourself feel happier. Lavender is calming and soothing. It has a compound called linalool in it that just, I wish if you've experienced lavender and you like the smell of lavender, you've probably experienced the fact that it just is delightful in terms of calming and soothing the stress response in the body. So anyway, this is a beautiful combination. Here's what it looks like. Very easy. So this was just a quick little video. I was getting ready to do this and I thought I would just quickly come in here and show you. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, by the way, how long will this last? Okay, so if I hadn't added the lemon juice, this would have lasted indefinitely, okay? Because there are no wet ingredients or water. But since I did add the lemon juice, I'm going to say I wouldn't probably use this after, I don't know, 2 weeks to a month at the most. The essential oils will help preserve it a little bit, and so will the sugar, because they're both preservatives to an extent. I wouldn't trust them for long-term food preservation or anything, but regardless, you can still get mold anytime there's moisture in oil. So there you go. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please subscribe. And if you want to let me know what else you'd like me to talk about, I know I need to get out in the garden and show you guys what's going on out there, and in the herb garden and in the potager, the kitchen garden. We've been so busy. So if you want to know anything specific, write me a comment below and let me know. Bye-bye, you guys.